A huge part of the home buying process is getting the right loan and finding the right loan officer. We call them MLOs to help you. And you need to start the loan process before you even start looking at homes. Why? Would you spend your time going to look at Ferraris when you only qualify for a Kia? Even worse, let's just say that you buy the Ferrari, even though you really can only afford the Kia. Next thing you know, the car company shows up and repos your car, and they keep your $10,000 down payment. Something similar to that can happen when buying a home if you don't get the right loan approval. When you're properly pre-approved for a mortgage, the amount is essentially your budget cap for buying a home. It can be tempting to peek at homes priced above the limit you're approved for. However, this can lead to setting unrealistic expectations and disappointments. Imagine falling in love with an $800,000 home when you're only approved for $700,000. Even though this home is out of reach, it might make the homes within your budget seem less appealing, even if it's lovely and meets all of your needs. Focusing on homes within your budget helps to stay grounded and make good decisions that you won't come back to bite you later. Knowing your budget will help you better appreciate the homes that are financially comfortable for you. And when you find the right home in your range, you can make a strong, competitive offer without overextending your finances. Plus, if you find yourself in the seller's market where demand outstrips supply, prices get driven up, and the buyers find themselves in a bidding war. Looking at homes above your budget in such a climate is discouraging and a waste of time. Even homes priced at your upper limit might sell for more than their asking price. You need to have expert guidance on what you really can and cannot afford in this market and the conditions that play into it. Remember, the home does not have to be your forever home. Starting with what you can afford now puts you on the path to homeownership without compromising your financial health. Over time, as your equity grows and your financial situation changes, you can move up the property ladder. You might be thinking you can just go online and apply for a loan. Big mistake. These online applications rarely, if ever, ask for the level of information needed to approve for a loan up front. What they say you're qualified for based on your first application isn't necessarily what you'll actually get approved for when you find the home you want and it's time to put a loan in place. So you need to do this right early on. Plus, seriously, there's so much trouble you can get into with various parts of a loan approval process if you don't have an experienced MLO guiding you. You need to be careful. You need to be pre-warned. You need to know things only an expert can tell you, which, by the way, is a lot. With all the mortgages, the old saying, the devil's in the details, couldn't be more true. Your MLO plays a pivotal role in this process, where meticulous attention to documentation is non-negotiable. Every document, every figure, and every single signature carries weight, and even the smallest oversight can cause problems or even make the difference between you getting the home or not. Or even worse, making you pay for things you should not have to pay for. When you go to an online lender, no one really knows your situation or has your back. Unfortunately, odds are you'll lose money that you should not have lost and end up with a loan that isn't in your best interest. That's why it's crucial to have an MLO who's not just thorough, but also has an eagle eye for spotting discrepancies or errors that could potentially derail your application and cost you money, or even worse, costing you getting the home at all. When it comes to real estate, we always say, location, location, location. Well then, when it comes to choosing an MLO, it's experience, experience, experience. A seasoned MLO can guide you as to what to do and what not to do, as well as what you can afford and the loan amount you qualify for. An experienced MLO knows what to foresee and questions to ask to keep you and your money safe. Plus, they know ways to overcome potential challenges that an inexperienced MLO may not. For example, imagine you are all eager and ready to buy a certain home and meet with a less experienced MLO, and they tell you, so bad, so sad, you cannot purchase the home because you do not qualify for a loan. So your hopes and dreams are shattered. Oh, but wait! That inexperienced MLO you hired didn't know that the XYZ program exists. Maybe you're a teacher or a veteran, a doctor. Guess what? Maybe you've never bought a home, or maybe you bought a home 3 years ago. There are programs out there that help you save money and qualify. You are eligible to qualify for a first-time home buyers program, even though you bought a home in the past. But only an MLO and an agent who have been there in the business for a while would know that. My point is that you need an experienced, qualified MLO and agent working together on your behalf, who knows about the differences and loan programs and grants. You need someone who will be creative and think outside of the traditional ways to help you qualify for a loan and get you into the home. Many MLOs and agents don't even know what is or is not available to help you. So you need to have an experienced agent and lender to help you navigate from day one. In fact, you shouldn't be out there looking for homes unless you've been pre-qualified and preferably TBD approved. Pro tips: you can get several recommendations from your agent who has built a relationship with lenders. Your agent will know who to trust based upon their track record and working with them. Oh, and by the way, there's an entire video that I did on the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. Just ask for the link.